Hey folks, Randy here doing Cut and Trim. So I wanted to talk to you guys about a concept that was extremely beneficial in my business. And it's actually a concept that's used a lot in the software world. And I applied it to my business and wanted to talk to you guys about it in terms of the lawn care industry. Because I think not enough people utilize or appreciate this concept, and so I wanted to pass it on to you. Hopefully it'll be helpful to you. And the concept is of the MVP. Not the most valuable player, but the minimum viable product. What that is, essentially, and I'm sure I'm going to butcher this definition, but what the minimum viable product is the in terms of software, is the minimum product that you could present to customers that they would be willing to use. You know, it's not full featured. They've been building it and it's got just enough features to be usable, but it's definitely not completed by any stretch of the imagination. I think the perfect example of this, and a lot of you guys will appreciate it, is Yardbook. I started using Yardbook in late 2015, and I used it through the mid 2016. And Yardbook was a very interesting software because I started using it. I don't know when Yardbook was formed, but it wasn't very feature heavy when I started using it. It had the basic functionality of a CRM. And it worked great as far as like running a lawn care business, especially a smaller one. But it did not have, it wasn't full featured. So what they did is they provided a software where you could use, and I am getting back to lawn care. I just trying to explain this concept to you. They created a software where, I mean, you could manage your customers, you could do scheduling, you could do, handle invoicing and things like that. But it lacked a lot of features compared to other CRMs that are marketed towards lawn care companies. You know, like for the sake of example, when I started using it, you could set a weekly schedule or a bi-weekly schedule, but that was it as far as scheduling goes. You know, you compare that to something like Service Autopilot, where you can just create any kind of schedule you want. You can create a first and third of every Monday, or a third Thursday of every month, or fifth Mondays if they occur. Like you could create any kind of schedule you could possibly want in Service Autopilot. But with Yardbook, when it first came out, you only had these two options for scheduling. So if you had like a weird schedule that was available that you needed to do, you had to type it in manually. But that was fine because the software was free, it was low cost, and it was providing the minimum viable product that would be acceptable for the consumer, like lawn care businesses. And then for those of you guys that have used Yardbook, like I did, for that year, I felt like almost every week you were getting an email about, we've got this new feature we've added. And I'm still on Yardbook's email list, and I'm still getting those emails. We've added this feature. We've added this feature. So they keep improving on the product. In essence, the product that they presented in 2015 and 16 was not completed, but they keep adding to it and they keep making it better. Here we are in 2020. It's still not done. They're still improving it and making it better. But they didn't wait until it was done to present it to the public. They waited until it was good enough and then presented it to the public. And that is exactly what I did with my lawn care business. When I started, I thought I knew what I was doing. I had no idea what I was doing. Like literally no idea. I excuse me, my first customer that I had, their yard was overgrown, and I had a 21-inch push mower, not self-propelled, and when I saw it was overgrown, I was like, the smart thing to do would be to make the deck as low as possible, so that way we can cut the grass down there at the bottom. That'd be the smartest thing to do. I thought that was correct. I obviously was quite wrong. But I didn't know. But I had, and so that kind of gives you the idea of my knowledge base and the quality of what I was able to do. But, and so many customers were not interested in using a company with a minimum viable product like mine. However, a lot of people were. A lot of people were interested in using it. Just like many people were not willing to embrace Yardbook in the beginning because it didn't have the features they wanted. But there were still many people that were. And so as it went on, my first year and a half in the business, this is embarrassing to admit, not only did I not edge properties, I didn't even know it was a thing. I didn't realize edging a property was something that you did. I didn't realize it. And so, I probably, without realizing it, lost a lot of customers because I wasn't doing that. But I was providing a good enough service that I was still getting a lot of new customers that were interested and happy to utilize the minimum viable product that I was presenting. And so I kept adding to that and adding to that. Even now, like 2 years ago, I said, you know what? We've been offering new features to our business, like what do you call it? New features like mulching and hedge trimming and sod and all this kind of stuff. And we realized that we weren't giving the proper level of quality to our customers when it came to that area, and so we backed off of it and said, you know what, we're not going to do that for a while. We're going to just focus on what we're actually good at. And you know what, we lost customers that wanted a company that would just do everything, but we still gained more customers that were happy with the product that we were presenting. And now we're in a situation where I'm slowly adding more features to the business, and we're getting more customers as a result, because I keep adding to that minimum viable product. So I'm telling you all this to say that, a lot of people will say, if you don't know how to do X, Y, and Z, you have no business in the lawn business. And, those guys are wrong. Yeah, there are things that if you don't know how to do, it's going to put you at a disadvantage. If you're not edging properties, it puts you at a disadvantage, but it doesn't eliminate you from the business. What you need to focus on is doing the best you can, becoming an expert at what you can do, and then add features from there. Some guys, there are businesses out there, not many, and they're not that successful, but there are businesses out there where they only mow. They don't trim, they don't blow, they only mow. And I would never hire them, but somebody does, And so they're not going to make a ton of money, those guys. But if that's their minimum viable product, then as they grow in their business and they add trimming, they're going to be able to expand their customer base and be able to charge more. And then, if, let's get crazy, they add blowing so that everything actually looks clean. They're expanding what they can offer, which makes them more valuable, which makes it so they can make more money. So, I just wanted to kind of give you guys this, sorry, I just watched a person go the wrong way on a one-way street. Oh, jeez. It's getting crazy out here. But I just wanted to present that to you guys. Figure out how you can utilize the minimum viable product in your company. The service industry is a place where this can be utilized. It's not a software-only concept. You can utilize this concept in your business and be successful. I did it. When I started my business, I was horrible. But I've been learning, I've been getting better, and I've been adding more and more to my product offering. And so, you know, we're in good shape now. So I'm pulling into the grocery store, so I'm going to have to call it quits there on this topic, but I pretty much run out of stuff to say anyway. But I hope this video was helpful to you. I hope you learned something from it. This is Randy with Dual and Cut and Trim. Have a good one.